Monsignor, I think he was a Monsignor Steckel at St. Aloysius when I was baptized. And he said, Nancy is not a saint's name. And Grandma told me this. And so he baptized me Carolina Nance. He was German. And that's what I was baptized, Carolina Nance.
So how did they start calling you Nancy then?
Well, they always intended to call me Nancy. The Monsignor down there at St. Aloysius, that was a lovely church, St. Aloysius. Do you remember St. Aloysius?
Yeah, on 7th Street.
Down in the basement.
Uh-huh.
It was a beautiful grotto.
Yeah.
It was. They tore everything all down.
It caught on fire.
No, not St. Aloysius. Wasn't it Mother of God?
Oh, Mother of God caught on fire?
Yeah, and then they had to rebuild it. Yeah.
Okay.
No,
But your
St.
birth,
Aloysius.
yeah, it's Nancy
my
Carol.
birth certificate, not my baptism. At least that was just tore down because they were getting rid of Catholic churches in Covington. Too many Catholic churches.
And your birth certificate, though, says Nancy Carroll, right?
My birth certificate there? You know, nobody talked about nothing back in them days. They never, you know, like we do now, you know, just, I tell about my illnesses and everything, and not back then. Nobody. I think, what's her name? Aunt Mame had that tavern in.
She would have been fun to talk to.
Mame, yeah, she wore big hats. And she's the one that gave me the roaster on a stand.
Uh-huh.
She gave me the roaster.
And then Petty, did Petty live up?
Something else, but they weren't too hot on Mame because she run that tavern. You know, it's the way they thought back then. You know, and then there was that one lady that lived there, young girl, and she lived upstairs, and they don't want to talk about her.
Was that Petty?
Aunt Patty. I think she was gay. I really do. I don't know. I think these things, and nobody talks about nothing. Judy was just like that. Didn't talk about nothing. She just like Grandma. She slept with Grandma for a long time, Grandma Kate. But I can remember going up and Grandma taught me how to use a sewing machine. Yeah. Pedal.
Yeah.
Sewing machine. And we used to listen to the radio, the hit parade. Grandma liked the hit parade. Grandma Kate. It's 5 o'clock. Grandma, my grandma Kate, she uh, told me her friend, one of her lady friends, she had a lot of lady friends. After she'd go on trips, the railroad trips with them all the time, always on a trip, New Orleans, wherever. They went to New Orleans a few times. Yeah. They'd go by train because they got free passes on the train. And
Why'd she pick New Orleans?
I
Why did she pick New Orleans?
have no idea why she did that. You know, Mother went on a trip to New Orleans. I guess it was after Daddy died. I don't know. All that seems vague to me.
Hmm.
You know that man that Mother met over at the counter at, what was it? I think he was an old boyfriend. Mother met him. They sat at the counter at Woolworths and drank Cokes or whatever. But often wonder, my mother wasn't an angel.
I don't think anybody
She
is
may have
really.
acted like one, but she wasn't.
No, nobody is.
No, nobody's an angel. But I think, I wonder if he's the guy that she went to New Orleans with.
You know, one time she gave me a little bag, a purse,
A what?
a purse,
A purse?
brown felt purse with a little gold clasp at the top with a chain. Very fancy purse. And I noticed that it was from a shop in New Orleans. And she said a man gave it to her in New Orleans.
That might have been her old boyfriend.
You don't remember his name?
No, I was surprised when I heard about the boyfriend, the old boyfriend,
Yeah.
the fella she met. You know, nobody talked about nothing back in them days. They never, you know, like we do now. You know, I tell about my illnesses and everything, and not back then. Nobody. Then
How did you meet Dad?
the deal. My grandma, what is it? My grandma Kate, you know, my mother's mother. She said, "You should go join the Catholic Theater Guild." And she said her her best friend, Lee Nicholson, had a daughter named Mary Lee Nicholson, and she belonged to the guild. And so I don't know, I let Tom take me over to the guild. And, they were gonna do Finian's Rainbow. It was something.
What part did you play in Finian's Rainbow? Did you play a part in Finian's Rainbow?
We ended up going over to, I don't know the name of that church in Newport, St. John's? I don't know. Hall. I go over there and I go past it. Vincent has rode me past it, and it, for some reason, it don't hit home. But I got pictures in my album in there. And, that's where I met Charlie. He was dating, he was thinking of going out with. He had this crazy list, questions to ask future wife.
What was the questions?
First one was, how many children you want to have? I said, well, as many as God gives me. That the other girl that he was thinking of, he wasn't even thinking of going out with me. And her name was Nancy Narab, and she lived in Fort Thomas. And he bought a pickup truck, and that's what turned him over to Nancy Narab. Because when he bought the pickup truck and showed up, and she was to get into that pickup truck, she didn't want to. She says, don't you ever ask anybody else's opinion of what kind of vehicle to buy. Me, I like the pickup truck. I still like pickup trucks. So that turned him off to Nancy Narab. And then my mother said to me, it seems Tom was overly fascinated with Charlie's sister, Jean. And so he made her, he never went out with her, but he made her a cedar chest. That's the one Chrissy's got. And Mother said, Nancy, go talk to Charlie and see what his intentions are toward, what, if Jean is interested in Tom. And so next time I was over at the hall, and we were rehabbing the whole hall. It was the hall where we would do the, what do you call it? Finian's Rainbow in, when we would practice there after we finished painting the whole hall and everything. And I remember once when Charlie was up on a scaffold and They said, "Oh, Nancy's here," and he looked and he says, "Oh, that one," and I'm the one that he referred to as, "Oh, that one." Well, anyway, I asked Charlie if I could talk to him for a moment. He says, "Okay," and we went back on the back steps of the hall, the backstage steps, and I started asking him what, Gene was interested in Tom and so on and so forth, and Jean wasn't interested in Tom. I think she liked Elmer. But anyway, Kay Gothable, her and Tom Fitzgerald met each other there too, and they got married. And they eventually got married. But Kay started gossiping about me and Charlie. And I thought, all because I talked to him because of Mother. And so I just didn't worry about it. And then one time Tom came to the house and Charlie was in his pickup truck, and Mother needed some medicine from over at Walgreens, and she asked me if I'd go over and get it. Well, I said, yeah, maybe Tom and Charlie will ride me over there. Charlie had come to the house with Tom at the time. There's nothing between me and Charlie at that time. And then we went over and we got the medicine and brought it back, and right there out in the car, all of a sudden he grabbed me and kissed me. And I thought, I got mad at him because he thought he was smart. But it went from then on,
Whether it is or not, she says it is.
Kick out.
Let me see the picture.
Dick out.
Oh. Is that really Blue?
I don't know if it is or not. It looks just like him.
Oh, okay. Where'd you get the dog?
It's one of your dad's
Coon dogs.
coon dogs.
Oh.
And I try to remember stuff. We lived over on the Mount Zion Road, and we had a chicken and we had a turkey, and there was this big black turkey, and he didn't seem to like a pregnant woman. I guess I was pregnant with one of my kitties, and if I went off the porch, the turkey would come all feathered up and trumping and thumping, and I got upset at him, and I hollered, "Blue!" And Blue came, and Blue says, I said, "Get him, Blue!" And the turkey went flying over the hill, and Blue went after him. Well, I never saw the turkey again. I mean, but Blue came back.
Yeah?
good girl. She had babies and so she died. Having babies. Yeah. That's a story about me.
I like that story.
You like it?
Yeah? So did you like living out on what was the name of that road, and Mount Zion Road, and was it Crittenden or Walton or?
Oh, you're talking about, it was Mount Zion Road, 34 acres. We bought it for, I don't know, what was it, $5,000? And then when we went to sell it, the lady that had owned it before us, she was living across the road, and I can't think of her name. And she was shocked that we got $15,000 for it. Well, you know, it's probably worth 100 and something, right? Worth now. But yeah. Remember Albert? He disappeared, and I couldn't know where he was at, and I just panicked, and I ran down, and we had a pond by the barn, and I thought, no, it can't be enough. And I ended up coming back and walked on the porch, and I saw him. He was sound asleep on top of the dryer. The dryer had a flat top, and it shaped like this, and it went up. And how he got up there, I don't know. But that was traumatic. You know, I had visions of him drowning in that pond. But,
How old was he? How old was he?
It could have been more than 9 months. Maybe, yeah. He was probably maybe a year old.
He was walking?
Yeah, he was walking, and I don't know, it was a sunny day, and I don't know, his porch door was open, and he just went on the porch, and it was a screened-in porch. How he got on top of that dryer, I have no idea. I was so scared.
You remember the time that we had 4th of July, was it? And Aunt Tony showed up with fireworks or poppers?
Yes, and it hanging all over the trees. And lots of trees there. I like that.
Was it a big party or something?
Huh? I don't know. I don't remember too much, Ted.
Yeah.
I remember the poppers all being hanging from the tree. It was Tony that come out there. All I got left is Kathy and Dan. Becky?
Yep.
I think I did pretty good with my memory, but I just did a little.
Oh, yeah, you did great. Remember when Dan and Becky came to Florida to visit us at the beach?
Do what?
Remember when Becky and Dan came to Florida to visit us at the beach?
On their honeymoon, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Somebody came down there. Oh, I think it was Joe and Maureen came down to Florida. And Joe just got real sick, so Maureen spent all her time with us. Wonder how they're doing.
I think they're okay. I haven't heard from them in a long time.
They had 3 children, 4 children, a girl too, but they had 3 boys, and Adam, Joe, and I called him Boss from Bonanza.
I remember going to the beach and you having peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Yes,
Yeah.
your daddy liked peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and meatloaf and, you know. Crazy. The house?
That Clarence built, was it Jim and Mary Summy built the house out in Erlanger?
Ellesmere?
Ellesmere, yeah.
What about the house?
Remember you were telling me about the basement and stuff?
Oh, you're talking about
Yeah.
Grandpa McQueen, Clarence.
Yeah.
All I told you was he went down in the basement. He was so sharp that when he went down in the basement, he told him that's high enough for the concrete blocks. And they laughed at him and said, Dad, it's got to be higher than that. He thought it was just fine down there, you know, as high as he was. And
Because he was pretty short, wasn't he?
yes, he was quite short. Mary's children called him a little grandpa. And he used to walk all the way from Ellesmere, all the way from that house, all the way down to Mary's house to visit. You know, my brother Tom, he'd come to visit, but he would come there to Mary's. I don't know what he was there for, but he used to love to sit and talk to little grandpa. Little grandpa was there all the time. He used to tell the wildest stories about the Wild West. Yeah, Tom remembers that. Grandpa built some kind of screen, you know, what do you call that? Glass, like Chrissy's got in her yard. Greenhouse. He built one of them in the back yard of that house in Ellesmere. I don't know if it's still there, but you know, I don't remember it being there when I was there.
Hmm. Did you ever notice how tall you were standing next to him?
Huh?
When you stood next to him, did you feel tall?
He never, didn't really realize it, but usually he was sitting or laying in a bed. He'd be laying in his bed at the hospital, but I guess he noticed how tall I was, you know, but I remember visiting him out there in Ellesmere, and Charlie brought me to meet him, and he showed me the family album and everything, and Charlie wanted to leave from the little house.
What hospital was he
In St. Elizabeth's in Covington when it was a hospital. The original St. E's Hospital up there on, what is that, 16th or 17th or 8th, whatever that is there.
in? Yeah.
I think it's a nursing home now. I don't know. But I visited him there and I can remember, I don't know why Charlie took me to visit him there, but he did. And when I went to leave, I looked back and said, bye. And he says, bye. And he died that night.
Wow.
Yeah. He's a nice man.
So when you first got married, where did you live?
Huh?
When you and Dad first got married, where did you live? Where did you live when you first got married?
Ellesmere, no, 830 Perry Street? Wait a minute. No, Ellesmere. Charlie's father had died and the house was empty, and that's where we lived, on Floral Avenue in Ellesmere. Yeah. And then when I don't remember what the deal was. Mary gonna sell the house? I don't know. Mary was something else. She made all the decisions and whatever.
So you moved from there, where to?
Huh?
Where did you move from there?
830 Perry.
And your new chair.
Oh, yeah. I just,
How do you like it?
I like it just fine. I have to put this pillow behind me, or usually I put the pillow like that
Uh-huh.
so I can, you know.
It helps you sleep? The pillow?
It just, you know, it works.
Yeah.
Put it that way, it works. Oh, I
Oh, it lowers. Oh. And then is that thing still under your feet too, that pillow?
the foot thing don't go up. It's a good thing I got that thing you made me for my, that's as high as it'll go. And then I can sit like this.
Oh, okay.
Other than that, everything's fine. I'm getting used to it. Let's put it that way.
I probably have another foam to put under your. I probably have another foam thing to put under your feet. Would you like that? Yeah.
Never know. I don't know. But
I thought it was pretty neat they got it for free.
yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I am. I have so much to be thankful for.
Yeah.
So much. And I have my coffee. Vincent and Teresa, they take good care of me. They spoil me. If they do, they spoil me.
Well, that's good. I'm glad they do. So where did Vincent and Teresa go today?
Huh?
Where did Vincent and Teresa go today?
They went down to Kroger's to get some. She's making a wonderful vegetable soup on the stove. It's cooking right now, and it's and she went to get stuff to make sandwiches at Kroger's, lunch meat, whatever.
I got a question. Do you have any recipes written down in a recipe book in your handwriting?
Oh, I got so many recipes.
But no, I mean ones that are written down by you in your handwriting. Like an old recipe book that you wrote when...
I got in my craft room, you know, the junk room.
Yeah.
Over on the shelf in the far corner, on the shelf, there's a little file box.
Okay.
Go get that.
All right, that's it, right?
This is...
Do you have a recipe in there for Geta?
I don't know if there's one. Let's see it. Yeah. Geta. I don't have anything under G. I got recipes in here that, yeah, I used to type them in, but then Pandowdy and
Ooh, you got a recipe for apple pandowdy?
future, huh?
You have a recipe for apple pandowdy?
Well, it says pear Pandowdy. I don't know. Future members average. Future auxiliary members AC average Catholic. The possible prayer. I wonder if that's your father's writing. I don't know. But oatmeal biscuits. That's a sweet sour barbecue. That's like applesauce cookies, oatmeal cookies. Those are all cookies. I got some stuff in here. I know it's Patricia. Apple dumplings. Let's see if this is one. I don't know. But you're welcome to.
Do you have one?
Spare cards.
Do you have one for Aunt Mary's fruit salad or German potato salad?
Zucchini bread, spicy zucchini bread. Oh, look at there, zucchini bread. I just bought me some crazy books. Zucchini bread. I got some in here. That says zucchini bread. I don't know, but I don't know. But I know in here is, Kathy gave me a recipe, and it's in Kathy's handwriting. I don't know where it's at, but onion butter bread. I wrote this. Yeah. Anyway, you're welcome to this, to keep it if you would.
Do you have one that's for German potato salad?
I wonder why it don't go down. I can't hear you.
Is there a German potato salad one in there?
Yeah.
Is that in your handwriting?
Let's see. Onion, oh. Potato salad. Glazed strawberry pie. Apple glazed strawberry pie. I don't know who gave me that glazed strawberry pie. Pie. I don't know who's. Fruit salad parfait. Quick rice pudding. Delicious quick strawberry preserves. Date pudding. Fruit salad parfait. I don't know if that's the one to Aunt Mary. I don't know. I don't know.
That's all right. All right, well, thank you.
I don't know. Don't seem to be any more in here.
Yeah, nothing in your handwriting.
Nothing? It's not in there.
All right, I found this book.
Let me get this in here. Let me have this book.
What's it?
Recipes by Nancy.
Do you like what's written here?
Francis bought me this at the yard sale on Euclid Avenue. 7701, 50 cents. Bought the folder,
Yeah.
but you did the folder.
The embroidery. Yeah. But now we need to find a recipe for the potato salad.
These are good recipes. These are my first ones I started collecting. I don't see anything in here in my Neiman Marcus cookies. Sauce for hot wings from Jim Smith. Do you remember Jim Smith?
I do.
The
Yeah.
housing department. Barbara Mandel's pickle cake. Yeah, there's good recipes in this book. Good recipes. Things bring back memories to me. Pumpkin apple strudel muffins. Bread pudding. Harvest apple pie. Polish. He died, didn't he, Jim Smith?
He did, yes. Yeah. Nice guy.
Sweet zucchini relish. I had one in here for an apple salad, and it was from somebody else in the housing department.